Well, it looks like round number 9 is ready. We're getting straight into this one. The crowd have been fantastic today as well, so keep that up, guys. Gentlemen, it's over to you.
So, Bala, I want to start things off talking about something we've seen in this game, and in particular in the last match alone.
But again, they could back out at any moment. No, they're stuck. This time they're stuck. Nice trade shots there from FaxFox and Zexro.
Like you said before, they need to push this pretty much at the same time if they can hope to pick up an elimination here. A lot of would be picked up for Vinny and Zexro if they want to farm away on the ship. But they're just trying to stay alive. And speaking of staying alive, their builds is running out.
And this is an awkward position there. You can see Vinny was frantically trying to get the actually Zexro going on to FaxFox. Aim here again. Their pinching is so good. The positional play from the Koreans is absolutely very good here at Viking Hill to start off.
You see, though, Vinny's able to escape. Zexro as well able to transition to the building. Again, while all this fighting's happening, they're not able to farm mats, they're not able to farm weapons, and they're starting to struggle because they're lost their shield for the most part. Zexro's the only one with it left.
Again,
Vinny!
The pinch. FaxFox uses that glider redeploy to get the pinch continue to go, and I was talking about how good they are, but Zexro and Vinny keep escaping the pinch, which is so good from them.
You have to be careful, though, if you're the two Koreans. FaxFox can aim hero to not push at the wrong time. Also to push in together if they can. Trying to go for the replacements the wall here, trying to catch out this duo that's been leading the charge over the course of the entire first day. And they're just stuck. Their builds, they have almost nothing left. The weapons as well, they're starting to run out of some ammo here. But then again, so are the sides of top here as they're down to 4 builds left for FaxFox.
You can see Aim here in the background was farming. As anytime he gets the opportunity, if they're not pushing, they're going to farm. And that's exactly what you need, especially because it could come down to one wall making the difference here. Now more trades going in, but FaxFox gets an ankle.
He's got 1 build left. He can only cover his high ground for a little bit longer, and that's going to be him now out of the equation. Actually, both players. So the leaders here so far after 8 rounds are going to be out in one of the first duos eliminated. So now that means every other player, if they know those 2 are gone, they're going to be gunning for those top positions.
Yeah. So 429 now, that's where they're going to stay in the standings.
Let me ask you a question, Bala. If you're Vinny and Zexro, you dropped there last time you got contested. You know you're in the lead and you know you cannot afford to lose early on. Do you change your drop or do you continue to go there expecting to win?
If I was them, I would have changed my drop yesterday.
Okay, so going one step further.
Going into this day, I would have said, hey, I know there's people who are going to be doing this gunning for us, but Nick Merckx and Aiden in tilted. Actually, Aiden in a precarious position down below. Oh no, actually, did he? He's actually on high ground all of a sudden. Yeah. He was down below in the brick building, but no, he takes it on to go.
The thing is, we talk about the pincer move, pincer move, but you also have to be very careful of how the enemy team's being aggressive against you. If they turn around and go in one direction at the same time, like they could do to Nick Merckx here, you can get punished. Nick Merckx has been downed here by Miz.
So dangerous, that dynamite going to great effect, kind of showing everything, and now Aiden into his own box. He's so good from these positions, though, when his back is against the wall and he has all the cover in the world.
Yeah, but can he do it against 2 is going to be the question now. This should be a fight that the 2 Go boys should be able to win.
We've seen him do crazier things before, and there's the good start, down to 29.
He's got the opportunity to heal here, and I feel like that's maybe what you want to go for. Have your teammate cover you. Actually, Jules is going to be down here. Don't tell me Aiden's going to be able to pick up this 1v2 after losing on his teammate. He gets the first. Now, he boxes himself up here to buy a little bit more time to figure out where Miz is going to be. And Miz will still have this high ground position.
Aiden now taking a little bit of time to actually shield up a little bit more over the 50 HP he got for the Elim. It's all down to 1v1. Aiden has put himself in such a great position.
Let's see, Miz is looking for the shot. Nice to the build-up as well, looking for a great little placement out of his opponent here to block a shot, but he's still able to maintain the high ground. And considering you're in a 1v2, you should be losing the situation 9 times out of 10, and yet Aiden's been able to fight his way out consistently, but he won't fight out this time as Miz will clean that one up and get his second elimination, but he's lost his partner.
There's nowhere to be able to help.
I like that stink bomb, though. It interrupts the extra 50 shield trying to be applied. Again, coming through the clingers as well to be used. And he just cannot get a break. Scram can't get a second to think here to get some sort of health back into this, some sort of semblance of control in this fight.
Now Scram down below. He tried to shield up a little bit, but no, actually Scram was the other one. Jamside and SSK7 picking up Violinen and a Rift. And Windwalker, obviously. That's 2 elims for them, but what a great position they have going in the end game.
Actually surprised to see Scram and Sakona with the situation they were in, with the health they had to actually survive for this long. But again, taking their time here, Hunter and Kingstar, Myth and Cloud able to eliminate the G2 guys of X8 and Razaru.
It's actually a 2v2 between the X2 twins and the G2 boys, and Razaru and his teammate ended up going down just 1, but then Myth and Cloud cleaning up there. Nice.
Fall did just get dropped by Mitra in the meantime. We see the Storm Surge coming through, and Sakona realizes I have to make something happen now. They know where I am. He needs to get some sort of damage in, or he will be falling. Sakona will be coming through, 33 HP left. Hinstar gets the elimination onto Scram.
It's just all up onto Sakona now. You saw him get beamed down right in the beginning, and Storm Surge is still active, so he's got to find something now.
Must have gotten some damage in. It looks like the Storm Surge had stopped ticking away on him. Oh, well, we're still seeing it tick in over here as we have Funk Bomb.
There, it's done now as Beehive goes down. That's the last player that needed to get down below the threshold. And now people, you immediately see as soon as Storm Surge stops, everybody relaxes.
But look at the amount of players right outside of the zone here. We have about 6-7 players currently waiting to transition. I think 72 hours had been dropped earlier on because Chap is going to be by himself. And
Saf and Zayd also coming into this chaos here. Look at this build. This looks like 3 or 4 different build fights all coalescing into one. Nate and Funk right now in the middle of it, in the thick of it.
They do have a rift, though. I think that was on Nate. So if they want to just disengage from this, try to go for placings a little bit more, they obviously have the opportunity to do so. Now Saf and Zayt, like you mentioned before, are going to be fighting from the hillside, trying to actually attack Nero and Tyovsky towards the high ground, which I think Nate and Funk Bomb are going to be more than happy for.
Zayt and Saf using the volcano on their back to make it so nobody could shoot them from that angle. So all they have in front of them is to look at. But I don't think they realize how many players are in there. Yeah. One of the things we talked about Nate with that rift to go. We saw in his interview, he talks about how he is he likes to get towards endgame and then play unpredictable. And you got to be able to use that rift to go for endgame. Otherwise, you're in such a precarious position that you get forced into do things. Jamside looking for a shot with that heavy sniper.
They got over 100 builds between the two players as well. Somehow able to maintain this kind of position of having so many late game builds as an opportunity.
They're so aggressive going for positioning here. You see it, they're just building forward. They're not really covering their sides and nobody taking advantage of that, but they are going to get a position in the zone. And again, still that congestion all on the right side. Look at how many players are coming right on top. This is something that you see Lolito and Isma right now taking on top of them, and then they're going to connect down just in case anybody breaks their stairs behind. This is a very common strategy. You see people are starting to knock it down, but it's, oh, actually, they need to connect a little bit more. It's just by that one stair on each side.
The thing is, I think that's what we're seeing with these volcanic vents being added into the game. They easily become these points of interest that everyone starts to fight around because it's a free rotation. It's that free escape.
It's essentially considered center zone just by itself, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's on the edge, you can fly into the next zone, so you basically have it. And that's why all these players are sitting around right now still. And you can see Nate says, I have enough of this. There's too many people here. I'm just going to turtle in the zone. They go first. Nope. No challenge on them. But Liquid Chap actually going in. On to Imagine.
Sakona falls as well, I believe. It's a little bit unfortunate for him.
Chap goes down as he was playing aggressive there. And that's unfortunate for him. Demo takes him out from range. Again, so many players in. Kaiser as well getting shot. I believe that's from Zayt and Saf. Yeah, it is. Imagine returning fire says, hey, stop. That's my teammate, man. That's my freaking teammate.
It's a lot of clingers, a lot of explosives being thrown in here. As you can see now, the damage is being done. Kaiser's going to be dropped about 20 HP. Now the rocket's coming back from Tyovsky. Does dislodge Zayt, and Saf are actually very, very low on HP. And they survive for now. Kaiser has gone down, and Magan, I don't know if he's going to be able to get the pickup here with clingers still being thrown. There's so much explosions going off in this area alone.
Yeah, Zayt and Saf right now. They managed to actually, you saw Imagine was taking some shots at them, and that's going to actually pay off for Zayt and Saf.
Wait, was that on top of the volcano? No. Where did that shot come from?
That was Jesse onto Tyovsky from 146 meters away. Nice shot there.
The next storm. Oh yeah, they were on top of the volcano. I was wondering because it looked like it came from that angle.
That's 2 elims from that position there. Demo is such a nice long-range shooter.
And we're going to have a lot of the zone over some lava too, which is going to make things very, very interesting in terms of where you're going to build Tomo and items. Someone we haven't talked about too much, at least in the last game into this one. Able to get elimination onto Tux. So Tux and Provoke going to be in a rough position now as Nero and Tyovsky are looking to make the move here. You can see Zayt and Saf using the launch pad to get across. They do get very far ahead of them. Tyovsky actually might fall just to storm alone, but I'm imagining, yeah, actually does. I thought he was trying to heal, but he does go down.
Yeah, and now actually this flat area on the hill. Somewhat of an incline, but not too deep. You can see Nero's actually using this as advantage. Everybody rotating towards the lava.
How sick is this view?
It is actually insane. But the vents are going to cause a lot of trouble. That lava as well. If you bounce on it, you do take a damage, but you do manage to bounce as well. So people are going to need to know how to deal with it. And I'm sure nobody has really had too many of these volcanic endings yet. I talked about the hill. If this starts going up the hill, it's going to be, as Stress would say, a mountain run.
Doesn't that make it more important to already have the high ground here if it does go that way, because you have control of all of those buildings already?
Yep, it's not a steep incline, so it's not like Polar Peak or anything like that, but the players who are on top, he's got to be careful. That wall behind him. Okay, the players who are on top are going to be able to manage to take shots, which is exactly what Demo and Bizzle are doing. And they're doing it to such great effect. They realize the situation. If it's going up towards this mountain, I want to be up at the top. If I am not, then I'm going to be the guy taking shots. Vivid and Poach also realizing that. Nate and Funk as well. But no, the Storm Surge comes into effect, and Nate and Funk, they need to do something, and they need to do it now.
Miz might be giving them opportunity as well, because he's right around the corner for them, though I don't think he's actually going to see him there. Malon's going to take down Mush when you can see Demo and Bizzle just looking for an opportunity. They are above the threshold, so they're going to be fine for now. But this damage being done is really starting to punish a lot of these players.
This is what I'm talking about. Here's that half in, half out zone, and it's on the mountain, so these players all start to realize, oh, what the situation is. Oh, I need to get up there, otherwise I'm going to be taking shots. Saf and Zayt as well, making their way up.
I guess one of the big differences here, I guess if you compare it to Polar Peaks, yeah, the slope's a little bit different, but you can go inside here and actually not even try to take the high ground. So you can fight from two different angles. You can have so many battles going on, and honestly, if it does go that way, I feel bad for observers because they're going to be earning their money here today. Yeah. Jam side and SSK7 still alive, though.
Going into that volcano could be so risky. You got to definitely be careful of where the next zone goes. There, Myth and Cloud as well. So many players on your screen right now. Jesse in the background as well. He's making the run.
We're about to hit that top 25. We start getting awarded points for placements, albeit just 2 for the 25th position, but 2 points is better than no points.
Again, SSK7 and Jamside, they're making a play for high ground again every single time as the half in, half out zone goes. Nice shot there on the provoked. He goes down. Camo's still up as well. I just saw him getting the elim in the feed. Airwax as well.
Zayt and Saf, I think, a little bit low on material, too, since they've been trying to maintain this high ground for some time. You can see Demo and Bizzle going to have the ultimate high ground position for now, as SSK7 and Jamside's going to have actually a hell of a fight on them, with Demo and Bizzle above them. You got Iza and Camo next to them as well. Things are starting to get rough for this duo that we've been definitely keeping an eye on. One of the duos who has yet to actually take a victory royale.
3 more duos need to go down for the placement points to start rolling in. It's getting to that position, but no, Jamside is getting grenade launched, and that's tough for him. Spam from all sides. No, he's going to survive. He's going to get the minis off. That's so key. His teammate's still relatively healthy. No, actually, he's only at 99, or 89. So they need to do something. They need to find an elim, but Camo and Issa all the way on mid-ground. They're maybe playing for high ground. They just build up a little bit. You can see as soon as that happens, Demo and Bizzle start to react towards it. And as we see the zone, the next one is starting to move. It's going back down towards the lava. And here's the run downwards.
Demo and Bizzle running out of material, so you can see, though.
Oh, who's tracking them? It's Issa and Camo. Got to be careful. Controller gang, we saw there. He actually misses the launch pad there. That's a mistake.
Actually takes an extra 10 damage from that one, but he's going to be able to take it safely. Jamside has fallen, so SSK7 going to be by himself looking to heal up somehow, maybe with some eliminations. A lot of players using this volcanic vents to actually get into the air to get that free rotate, as you mentioned before, but SSK7 is going to fall, unfortunately for him, so they're going to be out of this fight. You can see Myth is going to be down at the moment, but Cloud is still there to protect him, at least to help out potentially.
Nikov getting an elim as well. And now there's so much to watch. Animal's still up. I saw Mitro just a second ago. Llama has 1 HP there getting out of zone. He's going to find one. And here, we can see the standings now. This is so important. Camo and Issa just outside of that top 10.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, with the compact SMG onto Madsen, you can see the crowd is going for it. And Camo takes out. No, Jesse actually goes down the zone. I thought he got him as well. Milan and Smeef. Demo and Bizzle still containing that high ground. We saw them all the way from the beginning. That top of the volcano doing so much work, and Airwax also gets another one.
You see how many players are low in HP, though, so all these eliminations are going to be so important to heal yourself back up to survive long. You see Issa and Camo still on the high ground fighting against Demo and Bizzle. Airwax is going to be on the low ground, as we just saw them pick up a victory before with Nikov. This is going to be crazy, as you can see now. Keyless has fallen, but Bizzle and Demo are still fighting for the high ground position.
Yeah, it's finally going away from the lava now, and still fighting for high ground. Actually, they're going to lose it here. Dementos and Flexi come from somewhere else. I don't see Dementos, actually. Saf still up, Zayt still up as well. They're trying to get a position in zone, trying to stay put to each other. Airwax picking up another one. One build here for Bizzle. He's going to try to find somebody. There's Smeef. He's looking for it. No, Vivid goes down. No, he actually takes Saf and...
Yeah, Poach got those 2 eliminations, but he's going to fall for his own trouble as well as Vivid. A little bit unfortunate. Mitro's still going to be alive there. You can still see Airwax and Nikov still looking maybe for the first back-to-back victory royales here so far in this tournament. Demo's going to be actually dethroned from the high ground. Sky's going to fall here to Bizzle, which was a much-needed elimination. But you can see there's only 10 players left to go here.
Oh my goodness, Bizzle doing all he can with this one build. Already picking up one. He almost gets another. No, Pizzle and Demo still on height. You can see Pizzle just kind of pickaxing through all these old builds. They're leeching so well, but Smeef now on top with Milan. They have 4 elims.
4 limbs. You have a lot of HP between the two as well. Demo's going to fall, or at least be knocked down for now as they're looking to make their way through. 7 people left alive here. Looking for an angle. He's looking for a shot. He's just not able to get really anything going for him as we see Black Shoe able to clean up quite a few more. Motor's going to fall. The Vic and Black Shoe going to be up against Milan and Smeef. So a 2v2 breaking down. Campfire's been thrown in as well. You would imagine Milan and Smeef are going to drop on top of them.
The minigun coming out while Milan drops down. You got to be careful though. It's a 2v2 still. So remember, if you do drop by yourself, you're going to be in trouble.
Let's see. Are they going to make the drop? Or are they going to hope? They get some chip damage in before. Again, the minigun coming through. The builds, they can be knocked down. Here's Milan actually drop first, but he gets the elimination, gets the knockdown onto Vic, and now comes down to Black Shoe by himself. He's somehow actually able to take high ground here, but he's taking for damage from the story. He's going to drop in, but drop into 2 players who have him in their sights. And we will see Milan the Prodigy with Smeef, who performed so well in solos on day 1, take the victory royale.
That was definitely somewhat of a misplay there in the end game, but Milan and Smeef are able to cap.
Kind of see how things are going and you know and play their normal game, but because they do have the opportunity to get involved in some battles and win some points and take points off of other players, as we can see the duo stand-ins here, that's going to make it even more interesting and more likely for these things to happen.
So the upside to Vinny and Zextro being eliminated so early, I think Speedy is the fact, and Bala said it before at the end of the last game, is that a lot of the other top duos got eliminated earlier on as well. They didn't, not as early as they did, but they weren't able to capitalize and close that gap as massively as we would expect, or maybe overpass them. 20-point difference, it's not bad. It's still a lead, right? But it's not the 91 points they had yesterday.
The only reason, Vinny and Zextro are still #1 is because they accrued a massive lead yesterday.
Yeah.
But like you said, a lot of the top point leaders are also getting suppressed.
And so you really have to figure things out here, and I completely agree. Like,